It's Sippy Tawker, and I'm going to record on the Abba channel, and I'm going to upload it to Miss Sippy Tawker. I hope this picks up. This is a recording that's coming from a man we know as G-Man, and it's a recording to my brother. To give you a little bit of background, G-Man was a pod boss in prison, and I met him back when I was working as a deputy with the sheriff's department. We'll just see if it picks up, and then I'll elaborate when we get done. But this was him calling and leaving my brother, who's also been to prison, a message on my behalf.
Hey D, I know you don't know me, man, but I've been knowing your sister for years, and she tell me a lot of stuff about you, you know. I've been down on the block too, man. A lot of us have. But your sister, man, she was there for me at a time when I was so strung out and up in there with them gangs and everything. And I'm gonna tell you something. You must not know what you got, man. I'd give anything if I'd had me an older sister or a mama, even a grandma, some woman in my life that took me by the hand and loved me when I wasn't fit to love. Your sister made me understand I was fit to love. I was fit to love back then, and I'm fit to love right now. Made me a better man. Made me look in the mirror, realize who I am or what I am, and all that kind of stuff. And I got my life together. I play music. I sing. I give joy to the Lord. But one thing about it is back in them days, you know, when I was sitting behind them jail cells from the time I got out of that prison, that's how I met your sister in DeSoto County. I promised your sister back then, I was still living a rough life when I got up out of there, but I promised her, I said, girl, I'll tell you one thing, you ever need anything, you call me. I'm going to be your angel. And I am her angel. She ain't called me in years. She called me the other day. I'm still on the west side, man. I'm on the new side in my life. But I know the west side. And I know your sister's side. And I'm on her side, man. And when I hear your sister cry, her angel is nearby. All she got to do is just snap her finger. I'm going to be right there, man. I hope you get to get your life straight. Man, I'm 62 years old. But I got, man, them young ones on me. I don't raise my hand no more. Why do I have to? I quit this shit a long time ago. I think you know what I'm talking about. You've been down on the road. You see what I'm saying, man? Between me and you, man to man. Spade to spade. Huh? She said you got a tattoo on your hand of the die. I like the rose and die. But you gotta live to roll them, you know what I'm saying, man? Anyway, you can call me the G-Man. She said I can call you D. She my little G. You know why? Because she's so sassy. Your sister's sassy. I used to call her my little G. She my little girl. And brother or no brother, ain't nobody gonna mess with my little girl. Peace out.
Now, I don't know if you could understand what all he said, but basically, what Big G was trying to tell my brother is that he got his life together, and he did. He's on Beale Street now. But he's letting my brother know. He's 62 years old. This has been a couple of years ago. He ain't got to do nothing no more. All he's got to do is say the word. He's got some young people under him now, if that's the way my brother wants to play. I know I got protection. I was in law enforcement. I got numbers I can call. Legal. And that's the way I like to go. But I also know I got some crazy people out here, especially with the kind of work that I do. And when I travel from state to state to state, and now adding in a fourth, I do not just depend upon them. I depend on others. I've been stalked 3 times. One went to prison. He got out. I thought, well, you know, he knows he can't do that no more. 6 months later, he's dead. Took his own life. Had another one, did the same thing. Didn't know how to take no for an answer. He ain't here no more either. Then there's another one. He's been in a mental hospital, a state hospital for years. His partner, he committed murder. He's on death row right now. Now, with all of this, I don't play no games with nobody. I shared with y'all that I was born to a man that should have loved me first. That's my dad. Well, he shot at me. Thankfully, he missed with a .38. And one of his own kids had to take his life in self-defense. If I'm not scared of my daddy and never was, and I'm not scared of my brother, thankfully, you know, Big G didn't have to come for him. I took care of his ass myself. I've tied up with him 4 times in the last 2 years, physically. I'm not scared of you. None of y'all. But I know if I got to make a phone call, all I got to do is push a button. But what you people don't realize, this is the 30th of April. My 10-year anniversary of the loss of my son is on May 1st. I'm not playing with y'all no more. I did everything I could to hide what doxing that you did. Not for my sake. I've been doxed before. I've had stalkers. I've had it all. But this is where you messed up. When you doxed me, you doxed my son, and I tried to just not pay it any attention. But you doxed his name, you took his picture, and now what you dumbasses don't understand is that he don't just have a mama left behind. He's got other family left behind. He's got friends left behind, and he's got his own affiliated people left behind, just like I got affiliated people. And these people do not care. They could give a rat's ass who you are. It's the fact that you're not just messing with his name, you're messing with his mama. Because some of them are my friends too. But some of them, it's just the principle of it. So, your time's up. Whether my reports are done or not, your time is up. And you're going to deserve whatever you get. And now I got to rush this, get the report done, make a phone call in the morning. Time right now is 4:27 a.m. on the 30th. Because of 2 comments that were made on 2 different channels. Once again, calling out my name and saying something about my son, and I've done been told the black rose is fixing to drop. Do you know what the black rose is? Well, if you find one in your driveway, you might want to look it up. If you hear some motorcycles just all of a sudden coming by and thinking, well, damn, where's all them motorcycles coming from? You might want to pay attention. I'm sick of your shit. I'm sick of you, Lionel Roy. I'm sick of you, Terry Joyce. I'm sick of you, Team Rose. I'm sick of you, you troll feeder beauty. And several other names that I've already named won't give you the satisfaction of doing it again. And yeah, if they come to me and they ask me to verify, I'm not going to have any mercy on you, just like you haven't had any on my son or me. I'm going to tell them, yeah, you got it right. I won't tell them, but I'll verify for them. I sure will. Especially you, New York. And your little Evo. You think Scotland cannot be touched, or England? You think I don't know the company that has one here and there? Oh, I know. Yeah, I do. I sure do. And your little want of a high-ranking position, I'll strip that from you in a second. I sure will. Cannot wait. We already got you pegged, mascot. You've been under radar for like a year. I know over a year, but that wasn't my watcher system. But now I really got you, and I can help them out even more. But I'm ready for it to close up. I'm ready to get on with my life, and I will not do it thinking I got to have a whole set of eyes all around my head, because I've never had to have it that way. I've always had eyes around me, all the way from up to the top that want to target me because of being a 2-state whistleblower, all the way down to what some people call the pits. I trust them people in the pits, sometimes more than I do the people that's up at the top that's supposed to be looking down on me, because there's good and there's bad in all of them. And one thing my daddy taught me when I was young, before he got the brain injury, was his bad street ways. And they come from Chicago, so put them two together one time for you. Can you put it together, you all that think you're so smart? I wonder, because if you were so smart, you'd have backed up a long time ago. You little Discord, all these places that you're on social media, and you think you're hidden with a VPN number. You're crazy. You're stupid. Oh, the FBI ain't going to do nothing. Cyber don't do nothing. This ain't against the law. Da. Well, time's going to tell, ain't it? Because I'm going to let you know something. I didn't work and do all this for nothing. If they don't get you, somebody will. Nobody is going to defame my son and walk away with it. I'm coming for you, Team Rose. I'm coming for you, Terry Joyce. I'm coming for both of y'all with a lawsuit of defamation, libel, and slander. But if I get crazy, who knows what might happen? Ain't that what you said? Didn't you say I made a threat? I don't threaten. I warn. So take that ever how you want to. My suggestion is the same as I tell everybody. Contact your local police department. Ask to speak to a detective first. Go to your regional FBI. Talk to them. Make sure you say Mississippi Tawker or Mississippi Corner Chats and Song, and that I use KDG 5406-AB. Look up on your internet if you don't want to do that, and just file a IC3 with FBI-Cyber. Do what you got to do, because I promise you I am. And with that, I'll close with Theost, one of those hosting Enlightenment of Spiritual Thought, always with a consideration of 153, because you people have just stepped into my world, and it's always a spiritual world that's manifesting in the flesh. I don't play. Don't ever try to play with me. I'm a mama left behind. And there's nobody you want to play with when it comes to grief. Because grief is love. And love is forever. And everything that I've ever done, even before I had a child, was for my child and yours. Even if you don't care about yours, I do. You'll remember me.